What's up, dudes and girls? Here in the gym with a single exercise tutorial, and today we're going to be performing the rack pulls. Now the rack pulls, pretty interesting exercise. If you've never heard of them or you've never done them, well, you're about to find out what they are, because they are pretty good, especially for that posterior chain. So we got the barbell set up here in the rack, and immediately we're going to go over kind of the setup here before we go over to the repetitions performed. So the setup is going to be, kind of put these safety bars all the way down, or at least far down is where it's slightly under the kneecap, right? Just like so. So that way your shins are just about vertical to the floor there. Now, this can differ from person to person. Some people might start it a little bit higher, some people might start it a little bit lower. So the form here or the range of motion can kind of differ, but today we're gonna do it right below the knees here. And what you wanna do is keep your feet pointing forward, just about hip width, just like so. So immediately you're gonna kind of corkscrew them into the ground, so that way it's gonna slightly externally rotate, so that way the hip is really stable, feels nice and tight. And you're gonna be gripping the bar with a double overhand grip, just outside the legs or just outside, or excuse me, just about shoulder width, slightly outside, depending on, again, how you kind of prefer. But this is about like a standard deadlift. So when seeing this exercise, it's pretty much the latter half of the movement of a deadlift. So you're gonna be in the same positioning as you would be if you're deadlifting from the floor and reach this position here. So you're bowing forward, flexing in the hips, pushing them back. You wanna keep that nice neutral spine, tensed core, and the shoulders are gonna be right above the grip, and the grip is gonna be right mid-foot here. So to get a little bit better push in the mid-foot, you're just gonna take your shoes off so you get nice, firmly flat planted on the ground here. And you're gonna be grabbing the barbell here. So we're gonna perform a few repetitions so you can kind of get a good idea of what it looks like. Neutral chin, nice and tight. You can kind of see what it looks like a little bit here. And another easy way of putting where your feet are gonna feel nice and strong in the hips are gonna be almost like you're spreading the floor with your feet. So that's really gonna help you stabilize the hips as well. But once you get to that top position, once you start pulling, keeping those lats nice and tight, good for bar control, you're gonna pull straight. And once you reach this top position, you wanna get that full extension. Squeeze those glutes, because those glutes are gonna stabilize those hips in this top position. What you don't wanna do is overextend here, just like so, or you don't wanna overextend your lumbar in the beginning position with the chin up. So this is kind of what it looks like in a bad position, where you're lifting the bar here and bringing it up. You want everything nice and neutral and tense, just like so. Bring the top position, squeeze the glutes, corkscrew the feet into the ground, slight hold, and then bring it down to the bottom position. And that's pretty much it. So you're really gonna feel it in the posterior chain, which is gonna be the glutes, hamstrings, of course, the rectus spinae muscles, lower back, lats, and definitely grip too. So just kind of go over here, feet hip width, hands right outside the feet, which is about shoulder here, shoulders straight above the bar right mid-foot, neutral spine, neutral chin. If you want a neutral chin, just kind of put your hand right under your chin and it hits your clavicle portion there. That's when you know it's neutral. And then, nice deep breath. Get that pull. Start pushing with the legs. There's gonna be a lot of pulling with the back. Full extension in the hips, squeeze the glutes. And then bring it down to the bottom position. And you just perform the rack pull. What's great about this is you can feel like you can go pretty heavy with it too. Since it's the upper portion of a deadlift, you're not necessarily having to get a lot of leg drive in there to begin the motion. You're already pretty much halfway there. So you can really get that pull. It's really gonna increase that latter half of the deadlift. So if you're having kind of trouble with a conventional deadlift and you can feel like you're getting about this position, but then you kind of drop it because you can't get that full extension, this is definitely gonna help for that. As well as building grip strength, power in the glutes and the hips, a lot in the lats. So hopefully next time you step in the gym, you'll be able to try this out and feel confident. But we're gonna have a lot more tutorials in the future, and we've had a lot more in the past, so check them out. And these are all part of the bulking program that we're doing. So if you're following us along on the main channel, then maybe you wanna check these out so you know what you're doing, and then jump right into the program with us and lift some heavy ass weight. So hopefully you enjoyed this, and stay tuned for more, and until next time, stay buff. Oh yeah.